On July 6th, Bruce was gonna leave work, meet up with Amy, but fate had another plan for Bruce. On that Saturday morning, Bruce's mother, Sylvia, gets a call that he never showed up to open his office that day. Sylvia then calls Bruce's girlfriend, Amy, and Amy tells Sylvia the last time she saw Bruce was actually around 11 p.m. the night before. So Sylvia's like, okay, but Amy doesn't seem totally alarmed. She's kind of treating it casually, but Sylvia's like, something's not right. And of course, their first stop is Bruce's house. When they get there, Bruce isn't home. However, Amy is there. Amy is shampooing the carpets at Bruce's home.
Oh my gosh.
Here's what's gotta be suspicious. If Bruce told Amy, hey, if I'm not back in the morning, I'll meet you up in Tahoe, why didn't she go to Tahoe? Amy starts mentioning to Michael, yeah, I would love to help you, search for Bruce, but I actually have plans to leave the country. Michael goes to her and is like, listen, you're planning to leave the country. You need to tell us what happened. She's like, okay. This is the truth. On the night of July 5th, 4 masked men came into the house. She was in the shower, but they pulled her out and blindfolded her. She heard them lead Bruce upstairs, beat him up, and then she heard 3. And after that, all she heard was what sounded like his body being tossed down the stairs and dragged out of the house.
Okay.
They told her to clean up the house, and if anyone asked, tell them that Bruce left and said he would be back soon. They also threatened to come back and kill Amy and Bruce's young daughter, Jacqueline, if anyone ever found out the truth. She heard them lead Bruce upstairs, beat him up, and then she heard 3. Amy tells police the reason she didn't come forward about all of this was because she was terrified. She remembers the muffled voices, the feeling of a gun pressed to the back of her head, and the memory of someone telling her if she talked, she would. The only distinguishing feature she could give police was that one of the men had a heavy New York accent. Here's the thing though, Amy isn't recalling all of this from memory. She has these handwritten notes with her, and she's reading this statement off of paper. Police are like, what is going on? So they decide at this point they have probable cause. They're gonna search Bruce's house. A body is found in the Las Vegas desert, but the remains are pretty decomposed. It's kind of hard for them to make out any identifying features. And after getting a hold of Bruce's dental records, they do in fact prove that this body is Bruce Weinstein. Amy might still be alive somewhere, and Bruce's family is encouraging the police to look for her. Amy has been pulled over for speeding. She tries to get out of it. However, there is something else in the vehicle that catches the officer's eye. The big bag of cash stacked with $100 bills, amounting to about $100,000. When they check Amy's car as well as Bruce's, which had been left behind, they don't find any fiber or blood in either of the vehicles. So they find this evidence in the house, but then where did the body go once it left if it wasn't in either of their vehicles? And so this is when they are like, wait, is Amy telling the truth? Police are still searching at this point, and they find Bruce's hidden safe. And when they get it open, they discover there's only $20 inside. According to some sources, Bruce originally had $100,000 inside this safe. Between that and the lack of evidence in their cars, the police are like, okay, there has to be something else going on, which is when they start to wonder, maybe she's telling the truth. They get America's Most Wanted to run an episode about Bruce's murder, and shockingly, it works. Someone reported seeing Bobby in New Mexico. He's taken into custody, refuses to speak with police. They can't find Amy, so they decide, let's reach out to the producers of America's Most Wanted and see if we can run the episode again. And it works. Again, someone says they know where Amy is currently. She's bartending at a nudist colony in Fort Pierce, Florida. She is tracked down to a friend's home 16 miles away and finally placed in handcuffs. So later that year, in October of 1998, Amy and Bobby are tried together for the murder of Bruce Weinstein. Amy was found guilty of first-degree murder and given 2 life sentences, while Bobby was also found guilty for his part in the crime and given 5 years.